Okay, hello. My name is Juanma. I'm from Spain, but I'm currently living in London. I work for the WordPress project. I'm a full-time contributor working in developer relations. I'm sponsored by Automatic. And in the last WordPress release in 6.6, I was part of the documentation squad. So I worked to get all the dev notes and all the documentation. So today I'm going to introduce some of the features that are coming, especially for developers. So yeah, this talk is about that, about introducing some of them. I only have 10 minutes, so I'm going to only introduce 5 of them. But in the field guide, you have a whole list of all the developer-related features that are coming in WordPress 6.6. So yeah, hope you like it. Well, yeah, let's talk about WordPress 6.6, but from the point of view of developers. How many developers are in the room? Okay, so we only have 10 minutes, so I'm going to introduce some features, but at the end of the talk, I will point out the field guide where you have all the, like a map of all the features for developers that are coming in this release. Okay, so my name is JuanMa Garrido. I'm a full-time contributor in WordPress. I work in developer relations, and I'm sponsored by Automatic. In this last WordPress release, I also was part of the documentation squad of the WordPress release. So I was working to get all the dev notes, to get all the documentation in place by the time of the release date. So WordPress 6.6 come with a bunch of features, but above all, there are a lot of new design options. This is one of them. So we have what is called style variations. We can apply that to group of blocks, but we have also presets of colors and presets of typographies that we can apply. So in a few minutes, I'm going to explain more in depth how this works. These videos, by the way, are extracted from the landing page of WordPress 6.6. I don't know if you have had a look at that. It's very well designed. Okay, so let's start with the first feature is section styles. So section styles is just an application of a concept that already exists that is called style variations. Style variations are these buttons here that we can create, and they add a class to a block or to the elements that we are applying this. So now we can apply this to a group of blocks, and we can create sections, and we can apply different styles for different sections. So that's something that we can do now by creating a JSON file under the styles folder. So if we create a JSON file under the styles folder, and we make sure that we have these attributes like title, block types, and slack, like you can see there. This JSON, the styles that you defined in that JSON will be registered as a style variation. But also now we can not only define the blocks, but also the inner elements of those blocks or those group of elements. And also we can apply a group of styles for a lot of blocks at the same time. So this is really cool because we can register style variations via PHP, via JavaScript, but right now we don't need to touch any code. We can just create a JSON file under the styles folder with a specific structure, and we will get these buttons there that we can apply to our group of blocks. Another feature that we have in WordPress 6.6 are what are called color and typography presets, or custom color and typography only global style variations. The names are a bit tricky, but this is more precise. So does anybody knows what global style variations are? So this is something that existed before WordPress 6.6. In the styles folder, we can create global style variations. We can create JSON files that allow us to apply styles to our whole site. We can create a theme.json, but then we can create variations of that theme.json that we can apply to the whole site. So now the whole idea of global style variations get more granular. We can define styles for the whole site, but also we can define just a variant for colors or a variant for typography. So we can start combining them all. We can have a theme.json, we can have a global style variation. Over that global style variation, we can apply different colors, different color palettes, different typographies. How do we do that? Again, under the styles folder, we can define a JSON file with a set of attributes, and that will get automatically recognized, and we will get these palettes and this typography. Then we have another cool feature that is a block pattern overrides. We can create block patterns that we can use in our designs, but now we can select specific elements of that pattern that can be edited by the final user. So, well, it's super technical, so I'm going to skip this a little bit, but just it's connected to some cool features that are happening, are also available in WordPress. Let's see a little video of this. So we have a pattern that we can apply to our design. So when we have a pattern, we repeat a design, but we can set some specific portions of that template to be edited. So the cool thing about this is that we can have a template that is applied to different parts. When we edit the template, those changes are applied to our styles, but we can have specific portions that are unique on the page. Okay. Another thing is that we have a new version of theme.json. I'm going to simplify this because you don't need to change to this new version unless you are using spacing sizes or font sizes. So there is a change in some of the properties. There are, in fact, two new properties, the default font sizes and the default spacing sizes, that needs to be added if we want to customize this. If we don't want to customize this, we don't need to worry about that. But just in case we are customizing this, you need to take this into account if you are working in WordPress 6.6. Okay, so if you want to migrate that and you have in your theme.json these properties, you need to take this into account. Okay, and this is the most technical feature. There is a thing for developers available that are called slot and fields that allow us to insert things in these parts of the design, okay? But before WordPress 6.6, we had like two sets of elements, one for the post editor and another for the site editor. So those elements have been unified, and we have now a new set of components that when we use it, we can insert things in these panels, and they will be applied in both the site editor and the post editor. Okay, and those are available in this package in WordPress editor. This is an example of a code to do that. So we can register a plugin, we can use some of these components, and these, whatever we put here, will be inserted here. There are different slot and fields for different parts of the settings. So this has been just an introduction of some features. Here you have the field guide. I forgot to mention that in my Twitter, this is my Twitter, I tweeted this presentation, so it's available there in case you want to have a look at that. And yeah, just to finish everything that has been released in WordPress 6.6, all developer-related features have been organized and are available in the WordPress 6.6 field guide, which is like the map of all the developer-related features. So if you want to know more about that, this is a really good place to start. And thank you.